In July, I made a little video talking about Digimon that I think belong in other Digivolution lines. And you kinda seem to enjoy it, I guess. But what I really learned from that video is that there are so many more Digimon that really do belong in other Digivolution lines. Some that feel like they belong way more in another Digivolution line than the one they're currently in, and some that just feel like they would be nice little additions to another Digivolution line that they're not currently part of. So on today's video, let's talk about 10 more Digimon who belong in other Digivolution lines. What is up, digital companions? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And if it's not welcome back, make sure you click like, subscribe and leave a comment, because we are talking about Digimon that belong in other Digivolution lines today. And this time we're going to be listing my own picks, of course, but also we're going to be pulling from some amazing suggestions that people left in the comments on the last video. And I will be shouting out the usernames of everyone whose suggestions I use, so do stick around to the end to see if your suggestion made the video. And hey, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, RichCast. Sponsors, of course, help this channel immensely and mean that we can pay for more of those custom art videos that you all love, but it definitely doesn't hurt when those sponsors are as cool as RichCast is. Millions of people across the world play games, listen to audiobooks, and consume podcasts every day. But wouldn't it be incredible if anybody could make and share those experiences? And coming from a games background, the people behind RichCast kept thinking, wouldn't it be amazing to be able to make decisions, to interact, to explore these worlds and media by simply talking to them? Wouldn't it be incredible if anybody could make and share those interactive experiences? And RichCast delivers that dream. RichCast is a no-code platform designed to let anyone make interactive media, currently available on PC and Mac, with a mobile launch coming in late 2022. And something that I thought was really cool to find out is that RichCast was founded by the Oliver twins, who you may know from the Dizzy games. And if, like me, you spent a lot of time in the mid to late 2000s watching Zero Punctuation, you'll know just how important the Dizzy games are to a certain generation of British people. But RichCast, as I said, also lets you develop your own titles, and it's pretty simple. Once you make an account, you can go to your projects and check out a ton of tutorials that Panavox have got here for you, and make your own new project. And like I said, RichCast is totally code free, so it is all drag and drop, which is super cool. And so if you found this exciting, if you want to check out RichCast yourself and make your own interactive audiobook stories, there is a little bit of an incentive. RichCast has a £250,000, roughly $330,000 creators fund, which is being used to commission game makers, writers and creators to build RichCast projects, which absolutely anybody can apply for regardless of their experience. RichCast can be downloaded for free on the Windows and Mac store, or head to www.richcast.com/install. Thank you to RichCast for sponsoring this video, and let's get on with it. And so let's begin with Kokuamon, who I think would be a fantastic rookie for Ballistamon. Dark Volumon and Haguramon are fine. Side note, we need an actual Volumon. Volumon would be a great rookie for Ballistamon, the hell? But given Kokuamon is now a contender rookie for Blitzmon due to the upcoming Frontier Dim card, but I think Kokuamon also works great for Ballistamon, and should be one of its de facto rookies. Ballistamon now even has ties to Digimon in the Blitzmon line, as it can become Metal Kabuterimon and Ancient Beetlemon in the card game. So they can be one big happy beetle family. Big bad Beetle Corpse! And then to follow on from Ballistamon is a wonderful suggestion from Chimera GUI. Chimera GUI? Chimera I'm just gonna call you Chimera, who suggested that Gazimon would be a really good rookie, perhaps in place of Gabumon or Black Gabumon, for Dorulumon. As Chimera pointed out, both Dorulumon and Gazimon are virus attributes, but they also have the following in common. According to the reference book for Gazimon, although the claws on its forelegs are very effective at attacking, they are also surprisingly suited to digging holes, which Dorulumon's drill focus in design and attacks connects really well with. And in addition to that, Gazimon and Dorulumon also both feature 3 claws on each limb, and you could very easily see Gazimon's 2 spiked teeth becoming the 2 spiked teeth Dorulumon has. Chimera also noted the two share quite a connection in personality when it comes to things like the anime and some video games. Gazimon is characterized as very antisocial, being especially distrustful of humans, and were famously the main underlings of the villain Etamon, while Dorulumon was the right-hand man of the villain Tactimon before he effectively deserted the Bagra army. and he was very reticent to join Crossheart at first and had a lot of conflict with Taiki and the others. This is a fantastic connection between the two, and I really do think I'll be using Gazimon as a Darulumon pre-evolution a lot more going forward. Then next up is a suggestion from Ozirador, and that is that a fantastic rookie for Skull Knightmon would be Pawn Chessmon Black. Skull Knightmon has been designated as a champion or adult level in the Digimon reference book, so would work great from Pawn Chessmon Black. Besides the obvious visual similarities, this also doesn't betray an important element of Pawn Chessmon's main evolution line, and that is all the evolutions being named after chess pieces. Skull Knightmon and even Dark Knightmon could be considered a dedicated knight chess piece evolution for Pawn Chessmon Black, which could even open up to a whole new section of Digimon, like a Skull Rookmon, Dark Rookmon, etc. I really love this suggestion, and I'm genuinely surprised Pawn Chessmon Black has never become Skull Knightmon in even like a V-Pet or a video game. And keeping darkness at the forefront, Majora Z suggested, much like how I thought Divemon was a good Pulsemon line Digivolution, but a great Surfymon pre-evolution, that Shroudmon, one of Pulsemon's potential and strongest megas, would make a ton of sense to Digivolve from Death Meramon. Death Meramon normally becomes Digimon like Boltmon and even Gankumon, which are fine, but damn, that Shroudmon connection is good. The two Digimon share a lot in common, both being clad in chains and engulfed partially in blue fire, in addition to, of course, skull motifs. Another interesting design quirk that really cements this to me is their shoes. Death Meramon's shoes have skulls and little wings, which, if it digivolved to Shroudmon, we could see perhaps the skulls transferring to its gauntlets, but those wings turning spiked in pretty much the exact same location they are on Death Meramon. As Death Meramon is weirdly a data attribute and Shroudmon is a virus attribute, I could see this evolution being Death Meramon tapping into its own darkness and breaking free of the chain that binds, to access greater power through darkness. A kind of Akuma becoming Oni in Street Fighter situation, if you will, which is very appropriate as Shroudmon is also an Oni. I think this evolution is likely to happen at some point in the future, but just hasn't yet, largely due to Shroudmon being so tied to Pulsemon's dim card. Then, flipping from darkness to the light of hope, Javier Basellas Guerra made a suggestion that I also brought up in my Armor Digimon further evolution video, and that is that Pegasusmon digivolving to Kirinmon and then Godramon is a long overdue connection. Maddeningly, Kirinmon has never digivolved from Pegasusmon nor digivolved to Godramon, which is a crime, because Godramon is now being used more and more as a kind of alternate Patamon mega, especially in the context of Digimon Adventure. It seems what we're really missing now is an ultimate to fill in that gap between Pegasusmon, who acts as a champion in this context. But if you don't want Godramon, you could also add the common Kirinmon evolutions, Kentorusmon or even Mitamamon here too if you like, to make that line from Pegasusmon to Kirinmon and onwards a little bit more tailored to Kirinmon rather than tailored to Pegasusmon. Depends what you prefer really. And while we're talking Holy Armor Digimon, another Armor Digimon that really does belong in another evolution line is Gargoylemon to Manticoremon, suggested by Finch Flying Ace. Manticoremon looks like a corrupted Chimeramon-esque evolution of Gargoylemon, and I don't think that's a coincidence either. Manticoremon debuted on the Pendulum Z2 alongside Digimon like Balukimon, which we have concept art proof was inspired by or maybe even intended to be an evolution of Tapirmon. And while we have at least card art proving that fact now for Balukimon and Tapirmon, we still only have concept art showing the link between Manticoremon and Gargoylemon, especially looking at things like the belts across the legs and arms and the heads of the two. Gargoylemon has these small little angel ear things, which when we transition to Manticoremon become far larger and a little battered and stapled together, and kind of merging with the Gargoylemon wings. But the real smoking gun, I think, is the feet and claws. While Manticoremon does have 5 fingers to Gargoylemon's 3, their hand and claw colour is basically identical, and the two Digimon both have 3 clawed feet. Okay, next up is one that just feels like a really massive random outlier, and that is that Parrotmon should absolutely digivolve to Ceresmon. The fact this has never happened is incredibly bizarre. Ceresmon debuted in 2013, and yet we still have, card game aside, only seen it digivolve from 4 Digimon. There may be a spoiler reason why I'm not going to say which Digimon. I'm keeping it vague. But if you know what those evolutions are, you would maybe assume the connection for Ceresmon pre-evolutions would be like femininity and trees, especially when you look at the Ceresmon medium that kind of pilots the big bird. But one of those pre-evolutions is Sirenmon, which does throw a curveball in there, showing that just kind of flying, feminine, maybe song-related Digimon tie into Ceresmon, so why not a big green parrot? Especially looking at Ceresmon's Digimon Crusader art, it really does have a lot of visual similarities to Parrotmon, and when you consider that Crossmon is Parrotmon's kind of main evo, Ceresmon would be a really nice flip. Instead of being plated in armor, Parrotmon would be free to grow out its bush. Never mind. Anyway, regardless, Parrotmon obviously visually fits very nicely with Ceresmon, and at bare minimum is a long overdue evolution branch. Then, while we're talking birds, is a great shout by Baka1 Fred, who suggested that Vulturemon should digivolve from Kokatorimon. Vulturemon has only ever been seen to digivolve from Golemon, Togemon, and Tortamon so far due to its VB debut on the Titan of Dust Im. But speaking of dust, both Kokatorimon and Vulturemon have a connection to the earth. Kokatorimon being able to turn enemies to stone with its Petra Fire, and Vulturemon being able to snipe enemies in its natural sandstormy environment, and shoot out hordes of condors made of sand with its Wither Wing attack. Holy hell. Kokatorimon gets slotted into kind of everybody, from Delumon to Megadramon and even Parrotmon, but has never had a real ultimate of its own to call home, maybe outside of Parrotmon, so I think Vulturemon could do precisely that. And our penultimate pick comes from Spark Gold, who has made a truly brilliant connection that they put together, which I had never thought of and have never seen before. So I'm just gonna read what they put. One evolutionary connection I've always loved is Otamamon to Thunderbullmon. Thunderbullmon shares the same color, and both have similar overdeveloped forearms and round eye shapes. The lore also supports this. Otamamon's profile goes over how it's extremely prone to mutations, and Thunderbullmon is a mutant type Digimon. More interestingly, Otamamon X's profile states that Prince Mamemon X was the one who gave Otamamon X its crown and royal attitude, and even taught it its signature move, Smiley Warhead. The connection between these two Digimon is the kind of gold you only really get with a community bouncing ideas back and forth. When Digimon communities, or communities like mine, come together to think and theorize. And this is one of the prime examples of why I absolutely adore the community that we have forged here on this channel. Absolutely glorious pick from Spark Gold there, one that absolutely needs to happen. Give me my Otama Mamemon. And our final pick is one that a lot of people in the comments talked about last time, and that is that while Blitz Greymon digivolving from Rise Greymon is an absolutely great pick, and one I still firmly agree with Digidestined Dresden Nova on, another insanely cool connection that has never happened, and absolutely should, as a Digivolution line, is Blitz Greymon digivolving from War Growlmon. This connection is insane. From the body clad in red armor to the shock of white hair erupting from the back, these two Digimon are a perfect Digivolution set, right down to being cyborg and virus Digimon. The only major difference really is that War Growlmon of course has blades as its main arm weapon, and Blitz Greymon has guns. But I think this is a pretty fun switch up you could definitely see in a Digivolution. The Digimon reference book even says that both War Growlmon and Blitz Greymon have two different types of verniers, which the two can use as propulsion methods. So it is incredible to me that these two have never been connected through Digivolution outside of the technicalities of the card game. Blitz Greymon proving that from Metal Greymon to Shine Greymon and now even War Growlmon, it is an incredibly versatile mega. And there it is, 10 more Digimon who belong in other Digivolution lines, made possible thanks to commenters like you. So do make sure you have the opportunity to join them in future videos by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment, because I would really love to be able to pull in more comments and suggestions from you wonderful people. This community really does make this channel thrive, so that's why I have to thank all of you, and a huge special thanks to my channel members who donate to this channel to make the videos possible, like my sovereign ZDK14 holding it down as always, as well as my Digidestined you can see on screen right now, who are just absolutely phenomenal, and my lovely Tamers Karn Club and Twitch subscribers. I am trying to stream more on Twitch. Check out the video below me because it is going to be one that YouTube thinks is best for you from my channel, so you will definitely enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.